multiple values, right, from a particular function, right? So the example is to print the x and y coordinates that return the values as a tuple. All right, and as Indrakant has made use of a particular style, right, wherein he imported a module called as Python GUI something. Let us make use of another module. See, students, one widely used or popular module that is available that you guys can actually uh, work during your free time, right? To have your standalone Windows-based application. So you can create Windows-based applications, right, using a module called as Takinter or Tkinter to be precise, right? So the module name is called as Tkinter. So you can import that module first. So import Tkinter. Let me see if it is available. Yeah, it is available. Tkinter, right? So it is a wrapper function for TCL TK. Tkinter provides classes which allows the display, positioning, and control of widgets, right? So essentially, you can make use of this particular module and its functionality to do some UI-based design and all, right? Along with some functionality, right? So let us make use of this particular module, right? And let's get started to create a program, right? So within the program, right, let me create an object of TK, which I already know it exists, right, through this particular module, tkinter. So tkinter dot TK, I guess, yeah, TK, right? So let me create an object, right, and say let me save it in a variable called as say x, right? Now the concept of event-driven programming is like, students, this object that you are creating in line number 3 essentially creates a tkinter object. So you are now ready with a simple UI, a simple window, right, wherein you can place widgets and have your event-driven programming style. So when you say event-driven programming style, when a particular event happens, something happens, right? So that is called as event-driven programming, right? So when an event fires or when an event occurs, right, that something is called as an event handler, which is a specific function that you write, right? So let us get a taste of that. So let me say x dot, there is something called as bind function, right, which binds the widget to a event sequence to call to a particular function that you specify, right? So let us make use of this function bind, right, and bind a particular event to a event handler, right? So it generally expects two parameters. The first parameter is the event name, right, and the second parameter is your event handler function name, right? So let me have this event handler function name as say click, right? And let me bind it to the function called as say button, right? So there is a function called as, not a function, right, the event, right? So it represents your button, right? You need to specify it this way, right, with a capital B, right? So your event is button. So whenever you click, right, this particular method gets invoked. You need not specify a parenthesis here, right? This is not required. Just specify the event handler. This is called as the event handler. All right. Now let us write the event handler. Before we write the event handler, right, we also need to ensure that your event handler loop is active, right? So let us call something called as main loop, right, which executes your event loop. This actually ensures that till your out of your particular window, right, this loop executes on and on, right? So even if you have other statements here, right, these statements will not get executed till your particular loop is exhausted, right? So that is the point of having this fifth line, right? Now let me define a function click, right? So and get the x and y coordinates, right? Okay, so this click method method, right, or your event handler method, right, generally will expect a parameter called as anything, right, which specifies your event name, right? In this particular case, button click, right? So which is your
Sir,
event. Yes,
sir, like we are creating a window. In that window, we are finding the coordinates, sir.
correct. Within that particular window. Absolutely right.
Okay, not the whole screen, like only to
Yeah,
that particular window.
yeah, that window you can maximize, it becomes the whole screen.
Whole, okay, 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 sir.
Okay, so you pass in the event here, right? Okay, and then you need to get the coordinates, right? To get the coordinates, right? We have our x here, right? So our x is our object. So let us make use of a function called as winfo pointer xy. Yeah, winfo pointer xy, right? This gives us the uh, values of x and y, your x coordinate and y coordinate values as you move over or as you point to a particular position within that particular window, right? As a tuple, right? So it returns the value as a tuple, multiple values x and y here, right? So the function name is called as winfo underscore pointer xy. I cannot see the description here. That should be the function. Okay, winfo pointer xy, right? And now this is the part here, right? Now this particular function, built-in function winfo pointer xy returns a tuple, right? Xy. So let us call it as xy, right? And let us print xy. All right. So that should give us our pointer location. All right. Now let us test our code and see what we get. It says system version of TK is deprecated and might be removed in future release. Please don't rely on it. All right, so this is a warning. Let us see if a window has been created or not. Yeah, there is a window here, right? So there is a window that has been created. So let me just move this here so that we are adjacent. Okay. So I have a window here and let me just maximize this. So I have the entire screen, right? So this is 56, 20, right? So here, okay, you need to do a button click. So I click here. So value is getting updated, right? Yes, students?
Sir, by moving the mouse to the end point, like bottom left corner, we get the resolution of the screen.
Yeah, of this window. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
not just move. I have put it under a button click. So I
Click.
do a
Okay.
click. Yeah. So what I do here is 1436852, almost close.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is another way. So you can also make use of this way, right? Or you can make use of your own custom approach, right? You can write your entire logic, right? And come up with a solution. That is also acceptable. All right, students?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.